All right, shalom, shalom. My name is YAH, and I'm with Savior Word of YAH, Tabernacles of the Congregation of Yisrael. Oh, thy kingdom come. And we are at our weekly Bible study. And the title of today's Bible study is The Sifting and Separation of the Saints. The Sifting and Separation of the Saints. And what we have going on right now is we have a lot of separation going on. We're seeing a lot of judgment going on in the earth, and we're seeing a lot of separation. And people, due to situation and circumstances, are now being forced to make decisions. With the whole pandemic that just passed us, or we're amidst. I'm not even sure if we even through it, according to them. There was a lot of choices. People had to make choices. Even all the way down to today, and the traditions that they have with February 14th and the pagan roots of it. These are decisions that we have to make in our lives. Are we going to continue to live according to the status quo, or are we going to start to live according to the chastening that we're seeing going on in this earth, that we're seeing going on in our own individual lives, or are we going to keep trying to be stuck in the matrix? So we're going to take a look at what's going on. A lot of this is prophetic of this separation. It's not just a separation of a nation, but it's also just a separation of believers, separation of people that are going to choose to do right or do whatever is going to satisfy the flesh or whatever is going to save self. These are the decisions that we're forced to make. So we're going to first open up and look at a little bit of prophecy. We're going to go to Revelation chapter 1. Revelation chapter 1. And a lot of people are afraid of Revelation, the book of Revelation, because they don't understand it. So there's a lot of just, mysticism, or nobody can understand it. But that's not true. A lot of this stuff from even in the Old Testament has been prophesied that until the latter days, a lot of this would not be understood. And shalom, Andrew Lewis Shivers, good to see you. Shalom, to my big bro, Yafi Yehuda, good to see you as well, family. Shalom. All right, so we're going to open up in Revelation chapter 1. All right, let's pull up the scripts. Revelation chapter 1, and we're going to read verses 11 through 20. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 11. I am Alpha and Omega, the Aleph and the Tau, the first and the last. And what you see, write it in a book, and send it unto the 7 assemblies which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, unto Smyrna, unto Pergamos, unto Thyatira, unto Sardis, unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. So when you just read this without having a teacher, without having the Spirit, it just sounds like something you just read through. But this is literally time pieces. These are timelines. These are the last 7 assemblies of the church period, and we are in the church period right now, and each one of these assemblies has a certain time in the history of Mashiach's assembly. All right, so Revelation chapter 1 and verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks, so when you say 7 golden candlesticks in Hebrew, this would have been menorah. So he sees a menorah. This is what he's seeing, a menorah, a golden menorah, right? And in the midst of the menorah, or the 7 golden candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. So in the midst of this menorah, which has 7 branches, they're seeing Mashiach, the Son of Man. And he's clothed with a garment down to the foot. And when you see in Hebrew a priest with his clothes all the way down to his foot, that's the high priest. That's the garb of the high priest. He would wear that all the way down to the foot. So the Son of Man, which is Mashiach, and him being the high priest, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So when you look in his eyes, it's like a flame of fire. So the eyes reflect, the eyes take in light and it reflects light. So you're seeing fire all around him. That's why his eyes has flames of fire. Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass. And we're not going to beat a dead horse. I mean, this is 2023. If you don't know that the Messiah in this book was a so-called black man, and you racist. You just either super ignorant or you're racist, because you cannot get the color brass without brown. It's impossible. I mean, even a kindergartner can figure that out. As if they burnt in a furnace. And then if you burn something, it don't get lighter in complexion when it gets burnt. And his voice as the sound of many waters. So if he is from heaven speaking down through the firmament, well, the waters above the waters. So it's going to sound like many waters, a voice going through waters. Verse 16, and he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shines in his strength. So again, a lot of this is like, wow, like who could understand this? Well, if we keep reading, he breaks these things down. But if you're not really trying to grasp and understand, or you haven't read the beginning of the book, none of this is going to make sense. If you haven't been taught by somebody, a lot of this is not going to make sense. You don't just sit here and then all of a sudden this makes sense. Verse 17. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying, fear not, I am the first and the last. So in the beginning was the word was with YAH, and the word was YAH. So he's the first and the last, the beginning and the end, the Alpha, the Omega, the Aleph and the Tau, right? So this is red writing. So this is Mashiach speaking here. Verse 18, I am he that lives and was dead. So we know that's not YAH, because YAH ain't never died. YAH ain't gonna die. So who's the only person in the world who has lived and was dead? And behold, am alive forevermore. There's only one person who did that. That's the first fruits of them that slept. Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Everybody after that is not the first to do this. I am he that lives and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of the grave and of death, because the word is your life. That's why his name was Yahweh Shai, Yah salvation, or Yah is salvation. He has the key, the word, the Father, and the word can't change himself. The word is what the Father spoke. That's your life and your death. Verse 19, write the things which you have seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be after. So we are the only nation of people in the world, the Israelites. We're the only people in the world where the Most High has come down and actually told us the beginning and the end and the middle, giving us the prophecies, timelines, how it affects people and how it affects us. No other belief system can do that. They just have loose prophecies, which all can be correlated to the understanding of the Bible. Verse 19, write the things which you have seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. All right. So people say, oh, I can't understand. Well, he's going to tell you. Verse 20, the mystery of the 7 stars, which you saw in my right hand, in the right hand representing the word, the sun, and the 7 golden candlesticks, the menorah. The 7 stars are the angels, the malachim of the 7 assemblies. So over these 7 assemblies, right? These last 7 church, for lack of a better word, these last 7 churches in the church period, they all have angels over them. Each has an angel over them. Now that angel is controlling the general movement of that assembly. It can't necessarily control the people, but they control the movement of the assembly, the body as a whole, where the body goes as a whole. You can have one guy who runs off to the right and he goes off to the race and he heads straight to the mountain. But if the rest of the assembly goes the other direction, that's not the whole assembly. That's one person. But the general assembly during this period, they're angels over that. All right. So start that over. Verse 20, the mystery of the 7 stars, which you saw in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks, which is the menorah, the 7 stars in Mashiach's hand are the angels of the 7 assemblies. And the 7 candlesticks, which is the menorah, are the 7 churches. So he's breaking it down. These 7 churches are being represented by this menorah. And the stars are angels. So why does he have to tell you that there's angels associated with each one of these churches? What does an angel do? An angel's a messenger. All right. So this is to get you to understand that that's what these assemblies represent. They represent periods of time of Mashiach, because all of this is after the birth, death, and resurrection of Mashiach. So that's what starts this period, because before that was Israel's time. Now, through Mashiach, anybody who through Israel, through Mashiach, through salvation is of the Yahudim, through Mashiach, through the word, folks got access to the Most High through his word, through his son. That's a short period. That's the grace period. Once those periods are over, we're not in that period no more. Now we into a law and grace period. All right, so let's go to Revelation chapter 3, and we're going to move for the understanding of the story. We're talking about the sifting and separation of the saints. So this sifting and separation is the period that we're at right now. We're in the end of that church period. So we're at the time of Philadelphia and Laodicea. Those are the last 2 assemblies that have 2 Malachim over them, which move the General Assembly. So we're going to skip to that. So we're going to Revelation chapter 3, and we're going to read 7 through 13. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 7. And to the angel of the church or the assembly in Philadelphia write, these things say he that is holy, he that is true, he that has the key of Dawid, he that opens and no man shuts, and shuts and no man opens. So here's talking about the Malach who is over, the angel who's over the assembly, Philadelphia. And Philadelphia means brotherly love. And it's not a coincidence that the Philadelphia Eagles happen to be playing in the Super Bowl versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The only reason I'm bringing this up, because this really is not a super spiritual, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because this stuff is planned. They plan all this stuff. There's symbolism in everything that they do. We saw clearly with the Super Bowl, with the satanic little halftime show and every other satanic thing they show. And even the dude, football player who passed out, he up there wearing the same satanic clothing. I don't even know if that's the same guy, to be honest with you. But either way, this is the type of stuff that's going on. They're putting all these symbols. So of course they weren't going to let a city of brotherly love win. Of course they wouldn't. But anyways, I digress. Let me get back. All right. So again, verse 8, I know your works. So now let's rewind back to verse 7. So the angel over the assembly in Philadelphia write these things that is Kodesh, holy, that is true. He that has the key of Dawid, he that opens and no man shuts, and shuts and no man opens. Now, who is that? Who can open and shut? Well, go back to the parable of the wedding of the wedding groom, the groomsmen and the wise virgins and the foolish virgins. Well, The door opens. All of that is metaphor for Mashiach. He is the door. He is the way. All right. So verse 8. I know your works. Behold, I have set before you an open door, and no man can shut it. So if you are part of the assembly of brotherly love, which means you got love, you love your neighbor like yourself, which is the second greatest commandment. And that's how you love Yah. By treating his people the right way. That's how you love Yah. All the commandments is based on how we correlate to people. Because even how we worship to Yah, that affects other people. When you had people bringing accursed items into the assembly, innocent people died. So it ain't about just you doing this because Yah needs you to do this. This is how you affect your brothers and sisters. So if you are in this walk with love for your brother and your sister, then you have a good opportunity to be part of the assembly of Philadelphia. If you're holding on to Kodesh, holiness, and truth, and the key of David, which is Mashiach, then he said, I know your works. I have an open door for you. You have it. The separation is here. There's an open door is there for you. You have to cause yourself not to go through that door. You have to cut your legs off. You have to decide to go the other direction. Verse 8, I know your works. Behold, I have set before you an open door, and no man can shut it. So nobody can stop you from going through that door. Nobody can lock that door for you if he has that door open for you. Don't he say, behold, I stand at the door and knock. Any man opens the door, I will come into him, sup with him, and he with me. So this door is open. You've all opened the door. It says, for you has little strength, because you are not going to be the mass. If you're going to love your brother, love your neighbor like yourself, you're not going to be the mass. So you're going to have little strength, and you're not going to be great in numbers. And has kept my word and has not denied my character. When you see name, Shem is your character, not just your appellation. Not just because that's what you're named. No, the character. When you keep Yah's word, you confirming his character. When you don't keep Yah's word, you are denying his name. So when you are keeping his word, in this world, you will have little strength, but in heaven, you will have great strength, which will trump everything. This is how the strength is so powerful. Verse 9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Yahudim and are not. Ish, say they are and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before your feet and to know that I have loved you. So this is where the confusion is. Now, those people calling themselves Ashkenaz, right, or calling themselves Ish, those individuals are of another bloodline. They tell you they're from the seed of Yafet. They tell you straight up. But people will try to assign them to Edom and say, oh, they're the Edomites. Well, Edomites ain't going to be worshiping at our feet. It says clearly what's going to happen to Edom. So this is clearly talking about a different group of people than Edom. So we can take that racist doctrine and you can shove it. All right, verse 10. Or let's read that again. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Yahudim, but are not, and do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before your feet, and to know that I have loved you. Why? Because you kept the word of my patience, which means you endured. You had cheerful endurance of keeping his word, whether it rained on the just or it was sunshine on the just. You kept the word and you were patient for the latter end. I also will keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them to dwell upon the earth. So if you are living your lifestyle now, making those sacrifices, when it comes down to the ultimate choice, the temptation, he's going to spare you from that, because he's not going to put it all down like, oh, when people say, oh, I would die for you. Well, why would you live for me? You say you would die for me. Why you couldn't live and be respectful while you were here? But you would die for me. Oh, because that's quick, right? Now he's going to remove you from that temptation, which is going to try the whole earth to say, nah, you lived for me. You didn't deny me. You loved me. So I'm not going to make you have to, everybody necessarily have to put your neck and be like, oh, I die for this. No, maybe you don't have to die. Maybe you can live and be that generation that gets to live forever. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly. Hold fast what you have, that no man take your crown. So you already got the crown, the door open. You already royalty, but you have to hold fast. You can't waver. You can't get all the way to the end and then say, Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, man. So you endured all this time just to fit in. No, hold on to your crown. All these wicked spirits and demon and confusion and every media outlet is trying to get you to give up that crown. They jealous. If you standing over there royalty with a crown on, everybody standing on the side, naked headed, looking foolish, and knowing they don't have the power to close that door on you, knowing they don't have the power to snatch your crown off your head, you literally have to take it off yourself. What you think they're going to do? Cheer you? Great. Good job. Keep that crown, royalty. No. They're going to do everything they can do to get you to take that crown off. And that's what these evil spirits are doing. Verse 12, him that overcomes will I make a pillar in the temple of my Elohim, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my Elohim and the name of the city of my Elohim, which is New Jerusalem, which comes down out of heaven from my all, and I will write upon him my new name. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the assembly. All right, so he's telling you right there, this is the last assembly standing. I know it's not in the last order, but you have to understand how the Most High uses the book. He says, here a little, there a little. Was it Isaiah 26? Here a little, there a little. Line for line, precept for precept. Why does he do that? Why does he do that? Is he trying to make you understand? No, he says, so you may stumble on this. Why would he want you to stumble on this? He give you a little bit here because people not going to take the time to research, take the time to study, take the time to pray. They just going to treat it like it's nothing, like Esau treated his inheritance. Whatever, I gave it one pass through. I read the Bible. Did you apply it? Did you try to understand it? So he breaks it down like that for the same reason Yahushua talks to people in parables. It's given to you to know the mysteries, not them. So this is why he does this. He puts things out of order, and you got to read and you got to put things in order based upon how he's telling you things. If he's saying this is the city coming down, well, this is obviously the last one. Well, you gonna let the wicked one be the last one? No, that doesn't make any sense. Now let's see the other assembly, because there's a separation. This is what the whole class is about. The sifting and separation. Certain people being sifted out of the church of Philadelphia because you had a chance to love your brother, but you chose to be lukewarm, or you chose to go back to how you were because you didn't like an outcome of righteousness today. Then you have people that are being separated out of Laodicea, that are repenting, that are learning that their eyes are being opened, that are part of this prophecy of the Great Awakening, that are becoming part of the assembly of brotherly love. You ain't just born in that you just automatically just love your neighbor and you just perfect. No, this whole earth is wicked. So you got to be trained to not operate like a beast. So Revelation chapter 3 and verse 14. We're just going to read this so that you know the difference between the first and the last church. the second and the last church, second to last. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, these things says, Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of all. I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would that you were cold or hot. So this is how you know you're not in the church of brotherly love. Sometimes you love your brother. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're wicked to your brother. Sometimes you won't. You lukewarm. I don't know what to get from you. Yeah, I punched you when you walked up because you always throwing punches. This time you try to give me a hug. I didn't know what to do. I know your works, verse 15, that you're neither cold nor hot. But I wish that you were either cold or hot. Because if you're cold, I can use you to keep something cold. If you're hot, I can use you to warm something up. I know what you're created for. I can change you to what I need. But if you're neither, what am I gonna do with that? It's cold water that warmed up. It's hot water that cooled off. Verse 16. So then, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out of my mouth. So if you're out of his mouth, you're out of his body. The only thing supposed to come out of his mouth that stays with him is his word, because that will never return void. But if he spits you out, that means you're coming out of the body. And he told you what you can do outside the body. Nothing. You can't do anything without me. You can't do nothing without YAH's word, even if you don't know it. Because by his word, everything was created. Verse 17, because you say, so what does that mean to be lukewarm? What does that mean to be neither cold nor hot? Okay, like to hear it, here it goes. He's going to break it down. Verse 17, because you say, I am rich. Oh, man, look at me on Instagram. You don't see all this money with this fake money in between with a couple real hundreds on it. Look at me. Look at me. I got money. I'm rich. I'm increased with goods, bro. I got so many cars. I don't know what to do with it. I don't need nothing except for that like. Hit like to subscribe to my show, my channel, And know not that you are wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. That is the church of Laodicea. That's the assembly of Laodicea. You think because you on a surface level appear like you got it, but behind closed door, nah, bro. It ain't what it appears to be. And spiritually, you are wretched. You're miserable. That's why you hate your brother. Can't get along with your family. You're poor. You have no understanding. You're blind. You can't see the time. And you're naked. You have no spiritual covering. Any spirit that passed by can hold you. That's why you're cold or hot. You could be either one, because the Holy Spirit might come through. You might mess around and do a good deed. But as soon as you put that unclean food back in your mouth, or you mistreat your family or your neighbor or something, then the wicked spirit come in you. Anybody can use you. Verse 18, I counsel you. So it's not over. You ain't dead. You can repent. You can be gathered into the church of brotherly love. You can do that. So he's counseling you. I counsel you to buy of me gold tried in the fire. It means pure gold, that you may be rich, and white raiment, that you may be clothed, and that the shame of your nakedness do not appear, and anoint your eyes with eye salt, that you may see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. So yeah, that's a good thing when somebody want to call you a zealot, or you too much into the word, you too hard, you a super brew, or whatever the case may be. Just don't let them call you a false brew, where you're making up things that are not in the book, or you not practicing what you preaching. But be zealous. That's the prophecy. The zeal of his house will burn him up. Are you Judah? Just like our elders said in Shabbat, it said, the scepter shall not depart neither shall there cease to be a lawgiver from beneath your feet. Be zealous, bro. We Yahweh. You ain't supposed to just stand by and just let anything happen. No, you supposed to stand up for this word. You from Mashiach bloodline. We zealous for everything else. How many people was zealous on Sunday? Oh yeah, we were super zealous on Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, right? Be zealous for your tribe. Be zealous for your nation. Verse 20, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice, it ain't just Yahweh. It ain't just Yasharal. Any man hear my voice and open the door, which means open your heart, circumcise your heart. I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. His word will be part of you and you'll be part of the word because you'll be live. You'll be living. The word is life. Verse 21, to him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne. You one with Mashiach. We the bride. He's the groom. Even as I also overcame and sat down with the Father in his throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the assembly. So he's telling you, he's letting us know, he's breaking it down, what we are to see, what is coming. All right, so let's move on. Let's go to YAH. So let's see what's coming. Isaiah chapter 60. So we're going to go to YAH, Isaiah chapter 60, and we're going to read verses 1 through 14. So this sifting is going on right now. The devil cannot do nothing. He can't touch you. We have angels around us that protect us. We have angel that is over our assembly, that if you with the assembly of brotherly love, oh, you're going to love your brother and sister. It ain't going to be easy, but you're going to love them because the angels going to make sure. YAH chapter 60, and we're going to read verses 1 through 14. And Shalom, sis Barbara Rogers, good to see you. YAH chapter 60 and verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon you. So Mashiach is returned. The glory of Yah, his word, is risen upon us. Verse 2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall rise upon you, and his glory shall be seen upon you. Because when you reflect his character amongst this world of darkness, where people, the love of many is waxed cold and everybody's for self, and you are still trying to love your neighbor like yourself, you still trying to operate in righteousness, miracles going to happen. Because Yah's word does not lie. People going to try it. Verse 3. And the Goyim, the Gentiles, shall come to your light, and the kings to the brightness of your rising. They cannot deny. When it comes to a point where money and man cannot control the situation, but your ways, which are the ways of the Father, Yah's way, is causing blessings to happen. Oh, the Gentiles ain't like us. We blind. They gonna see. They gonna be like, oh, wait a minute. That's what's going on. Verse 4. Lift up your eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together. They come to you. Your son shall come from far, and your daughter shall be nursed at your side. Then shall you see and flow together, and your heart shall fear and be enlarged. Because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto you. The forces of the nations shall come unto you. All this power that the powers that be, that we call the powers to be, that are controlling everything, all of that is going to be in our control. Israel, Yasharal, it's going to be our control. They're going to come to us. Verse 6, the multitude of the camels shall cover you, the dromedaries of the Midian and Ephah, and all they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth praise of Yahweh, because the king is here. We are in our land. The world knows who we are, and they know Yah ain't gonna lose. Yah does not lie. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto you. The rams of Naboth shall minister unto you. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Who are these people all flying back to their land? Interesting. So air is going to be a way that we get back as well. Sea is another way. Verse 9, surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first. The ships of Tarshish are those Spanish ships. How did we get here? The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the Bom de Jesus, the good ship Jesus, all funded by Spain, right? Those Spanish ships, those big trading ships that traded the biggest cargo. Guess what the biggest cargo was? Humans. They are going to bring your sons from far. Their silver and the gold with them. Oh, wait a minute. What we got silver and gold from? What we all won? We won first and second in the Olympics? How we got silver and gold? Oh, like reparations. You mean they gonna voluntarily give us silver and gold? Why not? They've been cursing us and they know judgment is coming. What you think they're gonna do? They bought their way into what they got now. You don't think they're gonna try to buy their way out? To bring your sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh your Elohim, unto the Holy One of Yasharal, because he has glorified you. So yeah, they want to give it to you, to give it to Yahweh Shai, to give it to Yah. Yes, because it's an order. They know who we are. And the sons of strangers shall build up your walls, and their kings shall minister unto you. For in my wrath I smote you, but in my favor have I had mercy on you. Therefore, your gates shall be open continually. It means there ain't no war. We ain't got to worry. It's like leaving your door open continuously. It means it's peace. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto you the forces of the Goyim of the nation, and the kings may be brought. Because they got to come and they got to offer their offering. They got to come and bow down to the king. Verse 12. Why? For the nation and the kingdom that will not serve you. Thee means you. They gonna serve you, Israel. Yasharal. So do you think for a minute a righteous all like Yah is gonna put a wicked person in these new times so that the nations could serve him during times of peace? Nah. He gonna have righteous kings in place so the people can serve. Because if you have to serve a wicked king, what's coming next? A revolt, murmuring. I'll read that again, verse 12. For the nation, China, Russia, England, Spain, Iran, Ethiopia, whoever, I don't care. The United Kingdom, I don't care. Whatever nation and kingdom that will not serve you, Yasharal, shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. No, not wasted, utterly wasted. You damn real they pissed off and want to confuse you. They don't want to be part of it. They don't want to see this. But they can't shut the door. We read it. You got to take that crown off and say, I'm going to be like them and be crownless. Why you want to be like the nations? You got a crown. He put that crown on you, not you. But you can take it off. Verse 13. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto you, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted you. So these people you see shooting down your sons and your daughters in the street shall come bending unto you. Why are they bending? They terrified, not because they so holy. Oh, I'm just so humble. You so afraid after all that you did to us. And all they that despised you shall bow themselves down at the soles of your feet and shall call you the city of Yahweh, the Zion, the Holy One of Yasharal. This is what's ahead of us. So you think the Most High just going to hand this over to you and you just, I kind of want to be righteous. You're going to struggle for this. Ain't no way he's going to cut 2/3 of us from this kingdom we reading about right now. But you just going to walk in there any kind of way without struggling, without fighting against this wicked system. You're going to be in a battle. You see all your brothers and sisters out there getting swung on and knocked and hit over the head with bats. And you're going to stand over there on the side and walk in at the end and walk in and put on the championship belt. Nah, I think not. Let's move on. Let's go to Second Peter chapter 2. So endure, Israel. This struggle ain't easy. It's hard. Life hard, period. Why not let it be hard and then be perfect? 2 Peter. Second Peter chapter 2, we're going to read 1 through 13. Again, he's going to deliver us from this temptation. He knows when you feel like, oh, there's no way. There's so much lies. How do we know when the Shabbat is? And how do we know, that the Bible wasn't altered and all that? Man, listen, at the end of the day, the Most High know how to lead the righteous to repentance. He know how to keep us on the narrow path. You think he created all this to let somebody trick you? You think anybody can outsmart the Holy Spirit? You can't. So tranquilo, chill, relax. It's written. It's already here. Just hold on to your crown like you on a roller coaster ride. You know what's going up and down. You got a hat on. Hold on to your hat. Verse 1. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Adonai that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. So there's going to be a whole lot of wise, intelligent, popular teachers, especially in these latter days, which going to bring in these heresies, these false doctrines, and it's going to be easily identifiable by the fact that they're going to deny Mashiach. That's the easiest way to identify them. Verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. So when you speak of Mashiach, they're going to speak evil of you. He's the truth. He said, I am the way, I am the truth, because he's the word. People going to speak against the word. Oh, yeah, the Bible is written by a white man, or King James was a homosexual. They're going to do all kind of stuff to tell you and show you. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. They're going to talk all kind of things about you and about this word. But don't let them speak evil of you and it be true. Verse 3. And through covetousness, they shall with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingers not, and their damnation slumbers not. So they're going to make money off of you. That's what this is all about. The flesh is after the money. That spirit is after your soul. So that demon is after your soul, your afterlife, your salvation. He want to eat that up. He wants you to take that crown off because his is gone. He going to the lake of fire. He don't got a choice. But the flesh that's being led by that spirit, he just want the money. He not necessarily concerned with your salvation. He just want the money. But it said this judgment is not lingering for long. It's coming. For if Yah spared not the angels, the Malachim that sinned, but cast them down to the grave and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the wicked, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning just lost my place. What verse is it? Condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live wickedly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For the righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. So if you just all happy in America, bro, something ain't right. If you can turn on the news and you happy, something ain't right. If you can talk to your brother and sister at the water cooler at work, or just talk to your family that live in the neighborhood, or just read the newspaper, or just talk to anybody with life experience, and you happy about how things are going, something ain't right. You content with the wicked. Verse 9. Yah knows how to deliver the righteous out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished, but chiefly them that walked after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness. So these are the people that are being left to be judged, are the people that want to walk in the flesh. If you trust your flesh at this point, you're a fool. That's like trusting a car that's not in park, that's in drive, to just stop and not run somebody over because somebody's there. That car gonna do what it's designed to do unless it's a Tesla, and even Tesla running folks over. Again, verse 10, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness, and despise government. They despise order. Presumptuous are they. They just make up stuff. Self-will, they gonna do what they want to do. They're not afraid to speak evil of dignities. They don't care about speaking about righteous people. People that's anointed of the Most High, that's trying to do works. They don't care. They mad at him. Oh man, you this, you that. You a fake Israelite. Verse 11. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before Yah, but these as natural brute beasts. And that's what you got to understand. They natural. You can't get angry. This is what the body was designed to do. You can't get mad at a car that run off the road if the driver ain't driving it. The car designed to do what it do. These natural brute beasts are designed to do what it do, to serve self. It got to serve self in order to continue on. It serves somebody else, it might not continue on. Made to be taken and destroyed. So you sitting here fighting with a natural brute beast that's made to be destroyed. You the fool. Y'all make those decisions. You can't take somebody that you love and make them righteous and holy, just like you can't take a righteous and holy person and make him a brute beast. If you are of the body, you manifest. You are children of the light. Light manifests. It shows what's there. It don't change what's there. Now, once that person is manifested and they see, the light is even bright enough for them to see themselves, now it's up to them to decide what they want to be. Verse 12, but these as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not. They just don't understand. So there's a jealousy and a covetousness. So they just talk bad about it because they can't gainsay it. They can't gainsay what they don't understand. So they just got to say something wicked. And shall utterly perish in their own corruption, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and they cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls. A heart they have exercised with covetous practice, cursed children. All right, we can stop right there. So Yah knows how to deliver you. If you are stuck in the church of Laodicea and you like, I can't, I'm trying to do righteousness. I just keep reverting. Let's go to Psalms 91, Tehillim, chapter 91. Yah knows how to deliver the holy from temptation, to stop you from that thing that you've been struggling with. Yah got it. He knows. It's your job to identify that with the light, put forth your effort, pray, have faith, and be delivered. Psalms, Tehillim, chapter 91. That's why you can't stress yourself out too much. You not in control of your salvation. It's already written. You ain't going to change that. But what you can do is show that you have faith, that you were chosen to receive this crown, like what it say, and not give it up. Psalms 91, Tehillim, chapter 91 and verse 1. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress. My all, in him will I trust. So Yah has a secret place. He has a secret place for us. It's a place where no matter how they try to find us to attack us, they can't find us. They can't find that weapon that can penetrate, that can beat us. The secret place is under the shadow of the Almighty. That's under his word, under his covering, according to his prophecy, all those things. Verse 2, I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress. My all, in him will I trust. Not man, him, his word. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler. So yes, they're setting traps for you. It's not just by happenstance. These are traps. And from the noisome pestilence, he shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings shall you trust. His truth shall be your shield and your buckler. That's that dream about that bird. Verse 5, you shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day. I'm not afraid of just walking down the street, just getting a stray bullet. My mom's like, oh, you know, that stray bullet could just hit you. I said, Mom, what you do all this work? Why you serve the Father and you do all this, you know, work you do helping people with the church and with your understanding of truly giving, not only to your family, but to strangers. What you do all that for, to walk around afraid that a stray bullet gonna hit you? Where your faith came, Mom? The same faith you gave me that had me be able to walk around where I grew up. Don't forget that. Verse 6, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. And see, we don't realize that this is happening right now. People are falling at our sides, but it's not touching us. And even if it does, it ain't going to prosper. Verse 8, only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. So it ain't by happenstance that they fallen. The wicked is fallen. And the wicked are great in number. That's why it's 1,000 by your side and 10,000 on your right hand, because they got large numbers. Verse 9, because you has made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, your habitation. You making him your covering, your house. As for me and my house, we gonna serve Yah. Verse 10, there shall be no evil befall you, neither shall any plague come near your dwelling. So when things happen, yeah, it might not feel good. It might look evil on the surface because somebody did an evil deed, but the situation may not be evil. It may be to your benefit. You look up, you look around, all of a sudden your house clear, swept clean of demons, is out of here. Verse 11, for he shall give his Malachim angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. Now that might be something you might pray for. I pray, y'all, that you give your holy Malachim charge over me to keep me in the way. Yeah, that sounds real nice until that angel whooping your behind. The angel not coming back to Yah say, yeah, he wicked. He went to the left. Didn't I tell you to make him go to the right? That angel not coming back. So be careful what you ask for. Verse 12, they shall bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone. Ain't that the same thing that the devil said to Yahushua when he brought him on the mountain? Cast yourself off this mountain. So you got angels, right? So you don't, at least you dash your foot against a stone. But he said, nah, thou shalt not tempt Yah. He didn't negotiate with him. He gave him the scriptures. He didn't have to explain nothing. Verse 13, you shall tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon, you shall trample under feet, because he has set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. And this ain't just his appellation, just because you know Yahweh, you know the 4 letters, or you know Yahuwah, or however you pronounce it. Nah, do you know his character? If you know his character, then you know how to make the right decisions. His character would be to do the right thing every time. So if you know the right thing, you should be trying to do that every time. And when you fall, you should be repenting from not doing it the right. Verse 15, he shall call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my Yahushai, my salvation. All right, so let's move on there. Again, he has that secret place for us. It's in his covering. Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 2. We're just going to read a few verses. Zephaniah chapter 2. Zephaniah chapter 2, and we're going to read verses 1 through 3. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. So this nation that's gathered itself is the undesirables, is the nation that people despise. Verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you. And we read this almost every week because this is where we're at right now. There's a gathering going on. And this gathering that's going on is before all this stuff goes down, because we have to repent. We have to get ourselves in a position where we can help each other hold on to our crowns. You can't do that by yourself. There's too much intricacy going on. We're a body. There's no part of your body that can just function by itself. it has to depend on the rest of the body. So Yah is decreeing that we come together before this judgment comes, because this judgment ain't for us. So it's just like when you finna blow up a building and you got people in there, you gathering your people. Come on, get together. Let's go. We got to get up out of here because we about to blow this joint. Verse 3, seek you, Yahweh, all you meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness. So he's telling you how to seek Yahweh and how to be meek. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you shall be hid in the day of Yahweh's anger. So you ain't finna just walk through it and deal with his anger. No, you got to be hid. He got to pass over you like Passover. So let's go to the conclusion. Let's go to Yeshiah. Let's go to Matthew chapter 25. Again, we talk about the separation that's going on. And we're seeing who is going to be doing the separating. The word is going to be doing the separating because it's going to be based off the word. It ain't going to be based off a hunch or a gut feeling or, I just really love you. So, no, it's going to be fair and righteous. Verse 31, Matthew chapter 25 for the conclusion. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy Malachim with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. So again, remember we were talking about in Revelation, the Son of Man? So this is the Son of Man they talking about. And he's telling you what's about to happen. Verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. So there's the separation. This is why you see all this goat stuff everywhere. All these goat feet that they, on goat shoes and these goat antlers and all this, because the devil know who he is. He know what time it is. That's why they use that acronym. Anything to use that. I think LL Cool J was the first person I seen use that. And we know what's going on with that dude. So at the end of the day, his sheep on his right hand. The sheep have a shepherd. The goats have their shepherd too, but they on the left. Verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come you blessed of my father. Okay, so the father does not lie. He did not say he gonna bless the wicked. Nowhere and say in there, Yah blesses the wicked. No, he ain't do that. He not gonna bless you for doing wickedness. It says, come you blessed of my father. Talking about blessed and highly favored. No, blessed is those who keep the commandments. Come you blessed of my father. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So that kingdom was made for you. You've been had the crown and you held on to it. You let no man snatch that crown off your head. Just like, for lack of a better word, like when you see the women on the rides or something like that, and their hair fly off and they ain't letting that thing go. They holding on to that thing with life. That's how you supposed to hold on to that crown. Hold on to that thing with your life. Then shall the king say unto his right, come you blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared from you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungered and you gave me meat. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. So these are the people that had love for their brother and sister, not because it was their physical brother and sister, because they're fellow citizen, a neighbor. Naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came unto me. And here's the meek response of the righteous. The meek response of the righteous is gonna be like, hey, wait, whoa. When saw we you a stranger? Adonai, when saw you hungered and we fed you, or thirsty and gave you drink? I would have gave you more. I would have been twice as much. I didn't know that. I didn't see you. When we saw you a stranger and took you in, or naked and clothed you? I don't want to take credit. You might think it's somebody. You think I'm somebody else. Or when we saw you sick or in prison and came unto you? I would be telling everybody if I came to you in prison. And the king shall answer and say unto them, yes, I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. So every time, every morning when you drive to work and you go through the city and you see those homeless people and they begging for money, think about that. That could be Yahweh. That could be an angel ready to report how you really are on every other day than the Shabbat or the holy days. And the king shall answer, saying, verily I say, as much as you have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me. Then shall he say also to them on the left hand. So this is how you know the goats. Depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire, prepare for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you didn't take me in. Naked, you clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and you didn't even visit me. Then shall they also say, Adonai, whoa, hey, slow down here. You might be mistaking me for somebody else. It's me. Yahushua, it's me. When we saw you hungered or thirsty or stranger or naked or sick or in prison and we didn't minister unto you. Come on, bro. You think I would just pass you? I would die for you, Adonai. That's what the wicked gonna say. Verse 45. Then shall he answer them, saying, yeah, okay, yeah, you would die for me, but you didn't want to live for me, right? He didn't ask us to die for him. He asked us to live for him. Verse 45. Who gonna come here and give up their life and die because he wants you to die? Nah, he wants you to live. Verse 45, then shall he answer them, saying, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you did it not to one of the least of these, you did it not to me. Think of that too. Every time you pass up that homeless person, or not even just a homeless person, anybody that's just in need, and you have the capacity to help them, and you might have to sacrifice a little bit. Think about that. Verse 46, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So listen, don't let this technology and artificial intelligence and social media, and don't let none of this stuff fool you and have you believe that everything is sweet right now. It's not. They ain't got weather balloons floating around for no reason, taking pictures of everything. When you draw on your map for your war, you got to survey the area. It's called reconnaissance. Surveillance. They got to surveil the area. The nations are prospering. Propping themselves up, setting themselves up. So let's not forget that there's a sifting and separation going on. So that's all we're going to do today. Again, we are Savior Word of YAH. Stay tuned for our Shabbat every Saturday at 2 p.m. And if you have gained anything from our teachings and would like to support the ministry, you can definitely reach out to us on our website. You can go to the donate button, donate directly. If you're on YouTube, there's a button up there. If the Most High moves you and you're in a position to do so, by all means, I would say definitely take care of the poor first. But if you're able to take care of the poor and you're also able to contribute to this nationalistic movement, by all means, reach out to us. So Yah's will, we'll see you for Shabbat. And everybody hold on to your crowns. Shalom.